It is that time again. Our annual BlackBox order means the room has to get readjusted and reassembled to put in this new XRV28 from BlackBox. Once I get this set up, sort of go over this new rack from BlackBox, talk about why I love it and why I think it might be one of the best racks on the market just in terms of overall versatility and size. So let's get into it. So this is a V28 rack. So this uses the V28 tubs, which I believe are actually a 29 cord equivalent. These are Vision tubs, dedicated Vision tubs. So they're heavy, they're thick, they're really rugged. I like these because you can drill them easily instead of soldering holes in them or melting them. You can use a drill bit, and as long as you're using gentle pressure and higher speeds, they drill great without any issues, which is a big deal because soldering, usually the gauge on the solders is really small, and so it would take forever. So with this, it's much faster to be able to drill them. Don't have to worry about cracking them as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing and being gentle with them. V28s, Vision tubs, are awesome. They'll last a lifetime. They're great. So one of the great things BlackBox has done with their racks as of recently in terms of like the newest models and stuff is they've added these little doors to the backs of each level so you can access your probe depending on where you put it. So each one of these slots has this little door here. Let me get my camera to focus. That just pops right on here and then screws in with some little tiny screws. So I think that's really awesome. Don't know why no one else has really done this before because it makes complete sense. You know, being able to access the back, especially on like your V70 racks that are really deep, is a big deal because before on the back of like a V70, like I have long arms and even I couldn't get to the back of the rack, so you'd have to take pretty much the back panel off to access the probe placement or anything like that. BlackBox has fixed that and has made each level accessible. So on top of having these windows to access probe placement, they've also made it now so that the racks use these sort of commonplace standard like monitor cables that you use to power TVs and computer monitors. These are the ones that come with the rack. And sort of the great thing about these is that you can buy one aftermarket. So if you want one that's, you know, 6 feet or 8 feet or whatever, you'll be able to find it and use it on these. You're not beholden to the heat tape being hardwired and having to use an extension cord or something like that. This is a dual zone, so I have one zone that runs from here to the top. I've got another zone down at the bottom there that runs up to this one. So I can run this top half of the rack at, you know, 85 or whatever I might want it to if I have something that needs more heat. And then if I need stuff that needs to be kept a little cooler, you know, say low 80s, then I can run the bottom half of the rack at that. And I can effectively get more out of a single rack than just one single tier and one temperature. Which you are going to get variation regardless from the top to the bottom. But with this, you have a little more nuanced control of it. So that is one of the awesome things that BlackBox has done to up the game as far as racks go. This is the power cord, but you can get these third party, so you don't have to get them directly through BlackBox. You can get them on Amazon, you can go to Staples, whatever. It's just nice to be able to have the option and for this to be removable too and not have to have a cord hardwired and coming out of the back of the rack constantly that you can't do anything with. They have made this easy. And it makes transport a little easier too because you don't have to worry about your cords and your wires getting damaged in transit or while you're shifting things around. So awesome stuff. Several hours later, I'm finally finished. The room is still sort of a wreck, minor disaster, but it's a little cleaner now and a little more together. I have the rack set up here. Obviously it's not filled up. I have some stuff I still want to move over. I just need to get some more bedding on hand, and then some of the stuff that's in the XR16 will get moved into here, and then some of the smaller stuff that's in these tubs will get moved over to that. But for the most part, this is set up and ready to go. You can see I got a pair of rhinos on top. Ended up moving this male rhino into this, and then there's the 2 rhinos underneath it still, and then I got spiders and stuff set up over here. So I'll show you these tubs now and we'll take a look at them. So this is the setup. I've got some corn snakes in here, some other odds and ends. For adult corns, these tubs are a great size. Very similar to the 32 quarts that they were in. A bit deeper, so they do have more height on the tubs there. Again, like all the other BlackBox racks, every single tub from top to bottom is going to slide out super easily, and that is all with the help of that toe kick down there. If you're on carpet like I am, I cannot recommend a toe kick or the casters enough, because unlike this one on my 20, I'm not on a caster or toe kick, and pulling those bottom two tubs out, they stick a little bit just because it's sunken into the carpet in a bit, so there's more weight on them. When you have a toe kick or the dollies, all the tubs slide out perfectly easily, so I cannot recommend that really enough. In the meantime, if I have empty slots and racks, I do like to take the tubs out, and I'll use them for some of these standalones. I got these baby house snakes here, chondro here, some other storage Andean milk snakes, which I'll do another video on at some point. But overall, it's an awesome rack. They look good. I am officially sold on the white PVC over the black. I have been for a while now since I got that. And these guys, you know, more rhinos, persimmon. So XRV28, I think it's a great size tub, because for something like adult corns, you know, the V70 is very long. It's a very deep tub. Let me see here. You know, it just keeps coming out. For stuff like Bairds, it's a good size. You know, they're longer, so they do need a little more space. For sort of your standard adult corn snake, or even smaller Bairds. He's in here somewhere. This is also just a great size tub. I feel like only your exceptions as far as these with colubrids is going to be anything that gets really large. You know, your abnormally large corns, your abnormally large kings. This might be a little tight. Most ball pythons I feel like would do fine in these. Rhinos, if you wanted to keep them in a rack, it's a good size for most adults. Like my adult pair that's up here, it would be a good size for them individually. Something like this guy who's bigger, that's why he's in a standalone cage, because he's a large rhino. Overall, very easy to drill these tubs. Tubs are high quality because they're Vision. Rack is high quality because it's BlackBox. Every single tub from top to bottom slides easy, which to me is a big deal. Like, I hate it when a tub sticks and, you know, your water and your water bowls goes everywhere. I don't have that issue with BlackBox, especially if you have the toe kick or the dolly, the casters. So check it out. Use the code THN24. You get 5% off your order through BlackBox. There's a pickup option that you can choose at shipping. Check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. These are great. I'm excited to get the whole thing filled up. Again, this is dual zone. So top half of the rack can be on one thermostat. Bottom half of the rack can be on another one. I don't have this hooked up to heat because I typically run ambient, though I do still get heat run on my racks, just in case for whatever reason I do want to use it and plug it in. I can. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But again, BlackBox knocked it out of the park with these. Really can't recommend them enough. So please go check them out. They also offer a V70 option, which is this stack. I don't know who made this stack, but it wasn't BlackBox. This stack is awesome. XR16s are awesome. Any of their cage options are awesome. So if you're not a rack person and you want cages, they've got a ton of options as far as caging goes. I'm a really big fan of these Bio-Gs. Again, another rhino in that. Super versatile. Those have been great for me. You know, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them, and I've got another one in the garage that's empty that I'll use at some point. This is the XA3, so this is essentially 2 of these Bio-Gs put together to form one unit. They really do make great products. Can't say enough good things about them. I am biased. They are a sponsor of the channel, but even if they weren't and I got my hands on these racks, I'd still have nothing but great things about them because the build quality is absolutely phenomenal. So until next time, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comments section. Happy to answer whatever I can. If not, hit up Clint and Jen at blackboxcages.com or on any of their social media platforms if you have any questions. And we will see everybody later.